kiddos, it's time to do your January crate. This month we're going to be painting a heart on canvas. We're doing it this month instead of February because you won't get your February crate until after Valentine's Day is over. So this way, if you want to give someone a gift for Valentine's Day, you'll have your canvas to give away. You also have a whole bunch of different Valentine's crafts in your crate, and so have fun doing those. There won't be a video for that because you can color your little heart. You can put stickers and make a card. You've also got a wooden heart that you can attach to your canvas, or you can just do something different with it. There should be some silly glasses and other things fun for you to create with. So to start with our canvas, you are going to get your area ready. I have a tablecloth down over my table so that I don't worry about making a big mess. If you don't have a tablecloth and work like on a kitchen counter or on a kitchen table, as long as you spray your table and wipe it down after, the acrylic paint should come out. I'm also wearing an apron. It doesn't come out of clothes, so make sure you have some kind of art shirt or apron on. You need to get yourself some rinse water, some paper towels, and then out of your kit, your paintbrushes, pencil, jewels, sponge, paint, and then ask a grown-up if you can use a hairdryer. They may want to help you a little bit with getting started with this, but we will pause to dry our projects, okay? So go ahead and get set up, and then we'll be ready to start the video again. Okay, we're ready to get started. So our project is going to be something fun that's a little bit abstract. And so today's goal is to really just play with your colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open my colors. Keep the lids because the lids are good for mixing. So I'm gonna go rainbow backwards. I have purple, I have blue, I have green, I have orange, I have yellow, I have red, and I have white. You should also have black. So I'll have to go get the black, but we are not gonna use the black right away. We'll wait till the very end to do the black. So the first thing you are going to do is you're gonna grab a big brush. I'm gonna hold my canvas up so you can see it. When you are doing colors I call them neighbors or friends. And so if we have the rainbow, I got this out of order. All right, let's start here. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Red, orange, and yellow are called warm colors. They can all be mixed together. Red and yellow make orange, and so we know that they are really good friends, maybe even family members. White can be added to red to make pink. That's called changing the value of your paint color. It can be added to any color to lighten it, and we're gonna practice some of that today. The second set of colors, you've got your warm colors, and you can think of like the sunshine. Then you have your cool colors, and I like to think of like spring grass or a windy sky or the ocean. And so these colors are gonna be green, blue, and purple. When you put them all together, I'm gonna put them in a circle. This is called, hold on, I gotta get them in the right order, the color wheel. And you've probably heard about the color wheel maybe in your art class. And so there are 6 colors. Primary are red, blue, and yellow, and we mix red and blue to make purple. We mix red and yellow to make orange, and we mix yellow and blue to make green. The problem that we have is we can mix red, orange, yellow anytime, any way, but we can't mix green and purple. So when we have cool colors, the blue is like a friend who is friends with purple and friends with green, but purple and green are not friends with each other because if you mix these together, they make a really disgusting color. So when you have your colors, you have to think about how they're going to mix together when you experiment. Since we're gonna be mixing today, we have to have this little lesson. Now, over here, because red and blue make purple, even though red is a warm color, it can be mixed with the cool colors. Even though yellow is a cool color, a warm color, yellow, green, and blue can also be mixed together. So most of the time I just like to think if they are next door neighbors on a wheel is if I make a circle, then I know I can mix them, okay? So we're actually gonna start with some red. Go ahead and dip your brush in red, and you are just gonna make some swipes in random places on your canvas. I'm gonna fill my brush just a couple times. I kind of like to go through, and those are my marks. Now, I'm not gonna rinse my brush. I'm gonna dip it right into the orange. So now I'm gonna make some different lines. I'm gonna get some more orange, just blocks of color using my orange. Now, because these two colors are next door neighbors on the color wheel, they mix just fine. Now I'm gonna add in yellow. For my yellow, I'm just gonna fill in a few spaces. You might notice that I also did not rinse my brush for yellow. Sometimes if I want more yellow to show than what's showing, I will just wipe my paintbrush on my napkin, and then I can get more yellow and it's not quite as mixed, but the mixing looks really cool. I laid my colors on there. I didn't blend them, I just laid them on there. Once I have used my red, my orange, and my yellow, then I'm gonna put my brush in the water, and now I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna blow dry these colors so that I can use the cool colors now. Warm colors on canvas. When we come back, we'll do cool colors on canvas. So you can pause the video for just a minute while you go and blow dry. Okay, now I am dry. I'm gonna get my brush and I'm gonna rinse it. So when I rinse the bigger brush, I kind of tap it along the bottom. I don't wanna go really hard because I don't wanna ruin my brush, but I do swish it around. I don't just stick it in and come right out. Then I drag it on the side and test it on the napkin. If I still have paint in my brush, I need to rinse it a little bit better. All right, we are going to move right through the color wheel / rainbow, and we are gonna stick our brush right in the green. So now I am gonna take my green and I am just gonna fill in, look, I'm making like a little pattern around the edge. I'm just gonna fill in some green. It's okay if it goes over the top of colors. I wanna start to think about coloring the white. It looks a little bit like giant confetti. So I just keep adding with the green. All right, got quite a bit of green on there. I'm gonna wipe my brush a little bit. I'm grabbing some blue now. So with the blue, ooh, I kind of like that. I'm actually using my brush and I'm making a shape. So this time, instead of lines, I'm kind of swishing it around, and I like that look. So you can have fun with your brush strokes. Our first thing we're doing is really just trying to cover all the white. And so we can go back multiple times over different spots. It's okay if I have a little green in my blue. Let's see, I like lots of blue. It's okay if I cross over colors. Oh, I have a nice flat brush, so I can push it down and make kind of a square. What I don't want to do is run my brush all over back and forth and end up with something blended. I really am trying to make it look like, you know, confetti, colorful, so on. So just going back over my spots. Now, here's the thing. Remember what I said about blue, yellow, and green. If I want to, I can leave my brush dirty and I can stick it back in the yellow, and I can add a few spots. The thing is, I already have green, and so since blue and yellow make green, maybe I don't want to mix so much. So I'm ready to rinse my brush. I am not going to dry it just yet. I'm going to rinse. I'm doing a really good job of it. I'm wiping. I don't see any color in there. And now I'm going to get just the blue again, but this time I'm going to avoid where I did green because I'm going to stick my brush in purple. And I'm gonna start putting some purple and green. Ooh, if you're looking at your own, you can see these really pretty purple streaks. I'm gonna make a circle. Oh, I went through the green. Be careful if you make a circle because I went through the green, and that's what you're not supposed to do because pretty soon you'll start getting a color that you don't want. So purple, if you start getting mixed into the green, you know what you gotta do? You just wash your brush. Okay, so I'm still filling in some spots, and I am now gonna rinse my brush again. I'm gonna get the purple and green and blue out of my brush. So if I rinse it really good again, there we go. Now I am getting just purple. My brush, I can actually take it, I'm gonna go like this. Ooh, look at that pretty line that I just made. Let's see. I still have some spots that are just white. So if I want to, I can come back. I'm gonna try to fill all those in. It's okay if I see a little bit of white. It really is just fine, okay? So once I get it to where I think I'm gonna do one more light purple. Let's see, where can I do purple? I'm gonna go like that on my corner, and I'm gonna go like that. All right, so that's what it looks like right now. Okay, I'm back, my canvas is dry. And so what I'm gonna do is switch to this smaller brush. I didn't get a whole lot of really good purple because I had my brush, it was dirty. And so I'm gonna go back over like this little circle. I'm just gonna go over it with purple. I'm gonna go over this circle with purple. I like that. And then I am going to just make some, I like lines. So actually, I think I'll make a swirl here. Oops, ran out of paint. There's a swirl. So I've got some really nice colors. Now, be careful with this because we are actually gonna mix quite a bit of the white. But take some of your white, pour it into the lid of any lid, it doesn't really matter which. And I'm gonna put it on my purple, and I'm actually gonna come back around where I just did purple. See how I did that? And I'm gonna make some circles. So I made a circle there, I made a circle there. I'm gonna add some more circles. I still have some purple in my brush, and so that means that as I make my circles, I'm dipping it back in, my paint should be mixing to give me a lighter color. So I have some circles. Let's see, I'm gonna dip it in the purple again. I'm gonna get a little bit of white. I'm gonna make like some squigglies. These are kind of fun to do. Got some more purple, got some more white. It's kind of like I'm making a flower, but I'm just putting some squigglies in here like that. You can see those. And so do some different designs, do some triangles, do some things you like. I'm pretty much dry everywhere but where I just painted. So if I want to rinse this brush, I can do that again. I'm going to get some white, and you can do just white if you want to. I made a little circle there, but I'm going to dip some blue in the white because this way I can make some things right on top. Ooh, I'm just making dashes. Just kind of fun to do. Making some dashes, want more white. There's all sorts of fun little shapes that you can do and make and get a really pretty background. Now you may have noticed that I said this was like a Valentine's painting. I'm back to purple, but we don't have any pink. That's what we are saving we're saving our white to make pink. And so don't mess your white up so much that you don't end up with anything left to make pink. I'm making a circle around a circle, and I'll make a couple hearts. We're gonna actually do a heart on top of our background, but I can make some little hearts. I like to do those. I don't know what else I want. I'll make a few little ruffles. I can dip it in the white and have a little bit of pink there if I want to. And I think I'm getting close to being done. Now I can keep layering colors as many times as I want to, but we're actually gonna do something a little bit silly, and this is going to make a mess. So after we do this one, you're gonna need to blow dry for a long time, and you're gonna need to go and wash your hands, okay? So I'm rinsing my brush, and I am going to take my big brush, it's got lots of purple in it. Pick the color that you want. It doesn't really matter what color you want, but I am going to, I think that I will do, I really am a fan of blue. I've used a lot of purple. I'm gonna turn my canvas this way as well. Oh, I never do very much orange. You have to really think this out. I think I will do red since it's Valentine's Day. I'm sticking my brush back in the water, and I never do this. Actually I should say not never, but very rarely. I am stirring just a little bit of water, not a whole lot, just one dip and in here. And I am going to take a scoop of paint. Watch very carefully. The canvas is facing my chest. My brush is in my hand, also with the tip of it coming back towards my face. See that? I'm gonna lay it on top. I'm gonna pull back, and I'm gonna do it twice. And then I'm gonna go like this. And I'm gonna do some drips. Ooh, that drip actually turned out really good. Not gonna dip my brush in water again. I'm gonna do several. Now that you've seen me do it, I'm gonna do like several red drips. So bounce it up and down. This is a really good reason to have on an apron or an art shirt because you don't want to get this all over you. It's okay if they don't run all the way to the bottom. In fact, I like that better. So I have one that runs all the way to the bottom, and then I have some that do not at all. Do that with the same color as many times. I am gonna dip one more time because I do want another one to run down. I'm gonna make that one, this one on the edge. So I'm gonna get my colors, I'm gonna bounce it. It's okay if it runs down the back side. Mine isn't right now, but if yours does, it's not a big deal. That one actually ran right off the edge. So I'm happy with my red. I like the way that looks. I am now going to do it, I'm gonna wash this off. Rinse my brush. I'm gonna do it with, I don't wanna do it with green because then it'll look like Christmas. I'm gonna do it, I think, with purple. So add a little bit of water in my brush. I'm mixing it. I'm gonna come right next to the red. I'm gonna go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scoops, okay? I'm gonna let this drip. Okay, drip, 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 drip. Isn't this fun? So much fun making a mess with paint. The fun part too is if you mess something up, you can always wipe it off while it's wet, go to the blow dryer, and just cover it up. So if you overdo it a little bit, you're really just fine. Oh, I like the way that looks. Now I'm gonna do one more color, and that color is gonna be blue. So I've got red, purple, blue. Keep my brush a little bit wet, get it in the blue so it'll run a little bit better. Not too much water, just enough to make it drip. I'm gonna come, ooh, that one dripped good. I'm gonna come right next to the purple. It's kind of easier if you're watching it. I know I'm kind of trying to show you guys and I can't see it. Now, one of the things I can also do now that I have my blue is I can, because these three colors, red and blue, make purple, I can actually come right on top of these and I can make some drips like this. Ooh, I love it. Okay, so I have lots of things that I like in here. I gotta decide if I wanna make any other colors of drips. I don't wanna drip, drip, drip and have too much, but I think that I am done for now with my background. And so this is gonna take a little bit longer because you have the drips. I'm gonna lay this flat and I'll demonstrate. I'm gonna move my paint so I don't dry it. I'm gonna put my brush in here. I like to just set my blow dryer like this on low, and then I can walk away and go do something else while it dries, because those thick parts are gonna take a little while to dry. So ask a grown-up for help, find a place to put your blow dryer and your canvas. About every couple minutes, I'm gonna check it and I'm gonna move it. So I've got it right now on one edge, I'm gonna move it down so that it can continue to blow dry. I'm blow drying so that the air hits my drips so that it makes my drips move if they're still real wet. Okay, so we'll be right back as soon as your canvas is dry. Go ahead and stop the video. Okay, my drips are mostly dry. I have a little bit of wet at the top, but we're gonna be working in this area, so I'm not really worried about it. You may turn your canvas either direction. I like my drips going down, so since I did it this way, I'm gonna paint a heart in the vertical position, so up and down. This is landscape, this is portrait, so we're going portrait. I need to rinse my little brush because that's the one I'm gonna be using. Get it really, really dry. I'm gonna hold this up against my chest. And then remember what I said about the white. Now I may want to have some white for later, so I'm going to put some white out here to save. I don't need very much of it, but I'm going to take my red. This is making our pink. So remember what I said at the beginning of the video. To make a new color, if you add white, you are changing the value. That's the art word, it's the value. So add a little bit of red at a time, and then you'll get a pink. Ooh, I like my pink. You can have a light pink, you can have a darker pink. That's what mine looks like. And what I'm gonna do, I've got it all over my hands, I'll have to do some good hand washing, is I am going to draw with my paintbrush. Now you can do it with your pencil. So if you, that's why I told you to get your pencil out. There's two things. One, you can hand draw it. Another way to do a heart is I gave you several heart shapes. And so you can take your little wooden shape, you can take the little white coloring card, and you can trace it and put a heart on here. I guess I'll go ahead and draw. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm drawing upside down, so we'll see how this heart looks. If you're really good at drawing hearts, you're probably just fine to go ahead and draw it. So now that I have the heart, I'm gonna start by outlining, and you can see how I changed the value of my red. I'm painting right on top of my drip lines, right on top of all my other colors. They are nice and dry, so it will not hurt it. I can already tell as I'm covering this that I'm going to need more than one coat. I also can go right on top of my pencil lines, or I can stay inside of my pencil lines. That's completely up to you. You can also do more than one heart. And so I like to take mine and get this one all, let me get this one all the way finished. I'm using the little brush because I wanted to draw a good heart with my little brush. Oh, I like my heart. It really is harder than you think to draw upside down. Now, I'm actually gonna take, and I'm gonna do a couple smaller hearts. I like to do that. Okay. There's another smaller heart. This is where if you are not great at drawing hearts, you could ask for help, or you can use some of the stickers that are in your kit. Okay, do that. I have lots of different hearts. I like that. Okay, once I get all my different hearts on here, I'm gonna need to blow dry it again. I know with canvas painting, it's a lot of blow drying, but it does make it easier when things are dry. So one thing I will say is before I go blow dry it, I have all pink hearts. I'm gonna rinse my brush. I'm probably gonna need to do a second coat on here, but I'm gonna do that in a minute. I can take some of that extra white and I can draw a heart inside my heart. That's really cute. I can draw a heart outside of these hearts to outline it. Some of that pink is blending in, but again, we are just changing the value. We're making it lighter and lighter by doing that. So I'm gonna go around, and then this will be done. If you do it while it's wet, then your colors automatically are gonna blend, and so you don't have to worry about blending, but you won't get a nice solid line. You'll get something that looks like this, okay? So I have my hearts done. I'm gonna hit the blow dryer. If I need a second coat, I'm gonna do my second coat and be ready for the next step before we turn the camera or the video back on, okay? So blow dry after you get as many hearts as you want on here, after you do any kind of white highlighting, and then turn the video back on and we'll be ready to finish it up. Okay, it's time to finish up. So there's a couple things. One is if you wanna add any black. So I grab some black. I'm just gonna dry off and rinse my smaller brush. So I have my pink hearts. You can still see my drips. I don't really have any black in it. The only thing I would really do to add black is I might, just to make it stand out, I might wanna outline my biggest heart. So I can do that. I go really slow when I outline because I don't want to mess up and you can get too much paint. Okay, so there I outline. Another thing that I like to do is polka dots, and I'm gonna use the end of my brush And where I have white on this bottom outline, I'm actually just gonna go around and about every 2 polka dots, I did that one. 1, 2, nope, did it. If it's not making a good polka dot, you need more paint. So sometimes I try to go too fast and then I don't have enough paint on my brush. And so I did, whoopsie, let's see. I did my little heart down here with some polka dots. I mean, there's other things that I can do. Oh, it's really cute if I did, you know how like a Cupid's arrow goes through the heart? So like for Valentine's Day, don't want to drag my sleeve through the black. So I can put like a little arrow through my heart. That's very cute. If you want to write anything, and so if I say I just wanted to write the word love, I'm turning this back over to me because I cannot write upside down. Maybe I can. I'll try it. L-O. This big heart should be big enough. Look, maybe I can. It might be crooked. To get the word love inside, if you wanted to write something like that. So you really can add some details just to highlight things that you did inside of here. And then remember how we did like some squiggles and circles and things? It's fine to grab that black if you want to, and just add like some squiggles or some like little checks and things like that, just to make your colors pop a little bit more. I'm gonna do a black outline inside this heart. Here we go, just like that. And so to finish up, that would be with the paint. So once you get that part done, depending on if you're gonna use glitter or not. If you're gonna use glitter, you need to go back to the blow dryer. I'm not gonna use any glitter today, so the next thing I would wanna think about doing is jewels. I just have regular plain Elmer's glue. I like tacky glue as well. This is a clear glue. You can use white glue, it dries clear. And so if I wanna add anything, like I've got, let's see, ooh, I got a really pretty jewel right there. I think since I didn't do anything on this one, I am going to get a dot of glue and I can put like a jewel right in the middle of my heart. I can do other things. I can outline one of them. I've got lots of different colors of jewels. You might have a couple of buttons and things like that, but feel free to just grab your jewels. It's Valentine's Day painting. It's for the love and love. Oh, I like that. And then I'm gonna put another one on there. You can make it all kinds of sparkly. So that is our abstract heart canvas for the month of January. Remember that if you finish and you want to show me, you can send it to artbusnwa@yahoo.com or no, that's not right, drawpaint@mycreatecrate.com. That's another email that you can send it to. Or you can tag me on Instagram or on Facebook at mycreatecrate. I would love to see your artwork. Have fun making your crafts. I'm not gonna do those with you, but have fun doing those and make them cute. Bye guys.